Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 3v3 ladder match here on the most amazing Neuroxis map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players running for Team 1 in the Northwest and anyway Team 2 in the Southeast. And as I stated it yesterday's video, today's video also is going to be using an Xbox controller. So again, apologies for the little bit jankiness in the camera movement and whatnot. Still getting used to it, but this will be the last time I will be using an Xbox controller. For some reason, it deleted my settings for buttons and controls and whatnot, so that was very fun to deal with. So, yeah, not gonna use an Xbox controller anymore. Starting off with Team 1's Northeast player to introduce, it is Dilly Dally. He is a Cybran as a 1727 rated player. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. To his southwest is Katawonga. He is in royal blue as a 1660 as a UEF, and his next door neighbor here in amethyst purple, it is Carl. He is a Cybran. So there's two Cybrans flanking a UEF in this game for Team 1. He is a 1432 rated. So for Team 1 side of the map, like I said, two Cybrans, one UEF, no Aeon, no Seraphim for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2, it's most like a Rig Artist player. We have in orange to color orange, it is Dragon Slayer. He is a Seraphim, the one and only of the game. He is a 1549 rated. To his north, we have in Chevy Crimson Shame Phoenix as a UEF. He is a 1639 rated. And on the shoreline here to the northeast, it is Blazing Missile, so maybe we'll see him use missile tech on board his comm. Hopefully the Billy Nuke. Of course, I love the Billy Nuke in this game. He is a Ruby Red. He is a 1687 rated player. He is the highest rated player on Team 2, and he's going to dip his toes into Navy as well. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have two UEF and one Seraphim. So it is two Cybrans, one UEF for Team 1, two UEF to one Seraphim for Team 2, which means for the entirety of this match, there are no Aeon players. Apologies to those loyal to the Princess. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And for these 6 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 4,000 mass. Not a terrible amount. There is actually a decent clumpage in the northwest, southeast, and middle of the map with a couple of wrecks in the southwest. Pretty much it in terms of the reclaim, but there is a hefty amount of mexes on the map. Taking a look at Team 2 side of the map, there is this nice little 6-star, whatever you want to call this, mex position down here, and another 5-star mex to the west. Quad mex position where Team 2's Chevy Crimson player of Shame Phoenix is holding position currently, and then another quad in the north that Blazing Missile has already grabbed. Besides that, there are a couple of one-ups in the back line, and there is a decent amount in the middle of the map down in the southwest. The only land bridge between these two sides of the map. So Team 1 and Team 2 definitely going to invest in probably some hover tech / under the water tech units if you're Cybran. They're going to try to traverse the waters in more than one way. And of course, there is a decent pond in the northeast. Players have already established some naval facilities, and it's going to be a big point of contention. Maybe we'll see something down here in the southwest. I highly doubt it, given it's... I mean, maybe we'll see one of the two players on that side of the map go for it. It does affect a little bit, especially the front line and the only land bridge. So maybe it'll be actually, not necessarily more important, but probably a little less important, but not by much, than the northeastern corner of the pond. We have a couple of comm-on-comm actions here in the northeast between Dilly Dally and Blazing Missile. Blazing Missile just firing every shot he can. Same with Dilly Dally into the comm. Of course, Team 1's Dilly Dally will be a little bit outnumbered in the hit point category. There's 2,000 hit points in favor of Team 2, but both these players looks like they are going to just go their separate ways. Team 1's player of Katawonga actually moving into assist as well. And they're now trading blows. No hit points advantage one way or the other, except for the earlier damage to Blazing Missile's comm. It looks like Katawonga might not go for the kill this early. He doesn't want to be caught unawares for too long, so definitely something to watch out for in this game. In the southwest, decent clump of units stacking up between orange color orange Dragon Slayer and amethyst purple's Carl. Carl not as close to his front line as his opponent is, but they are, relatively close to the middle of the map, so they can easily support their forces. Team 2, Shane Phoenix to come to assist with the expulsion of Catawunga from their side of the map. Catawunga gets underneath the surface of the water. He's in the yellow. Same thing with Blazing Missile, but not as bad. So again, comms have been hurt in the engagement, but nobody is dead, which is what I love to see. Players need to last as long as possible in this game. Don't die really, really early. It is sad, but it does happen from time to time. T2 land upgrades are being done here for Team 1. And of course, like I said, T2... Actually, no, it's not T2 air as of yet. I would expect T2 air, but I guess not. Anybody else going air? Nope. Team 2, Team 1, anybody going air? No air as of right now from Team 1. We do see T2 Navy, though, online for the Stitch Blue player of Dilly Dally. So he's getting those Salems, those traversing the land nonsense Salems that they are. We do see that Catawunga is currently being chased by Shame. And I think Shame is just going to kind of stop his engagement. Couple of hovertech units making their way across the little channel here. I guess it's not really a channel because the channel would go all the way through. Bay, cove, something, some sort of body of water that's surrounded by some land. We do see, again, it's hovertech versus hovertech. Actually, no, hovertech versus regular tanks. So Team 1 will win the fight just based on hit points and just damage overall. Mobility will favor Team 2, though. We do see a couple of Team 1 jesters online saying, hey, Shame, this is not your side of the map. Go away. We even see that his teammate of Blazing Missile has come to join him. A little bit risky, of course. There are a lot of units starting to roam around. And we even see Team 1's Catawunga over next door to him as well. So it's going to be a decent amount of damage going into Catawunga's comm. Catawunga also receiving some damage from those Riptides. He's focusing them down. He drops into the red. And this might be a kill for Team 2 if they pursue it. They could let him get away, but I don't think they're going to. Kaboom! There he goes. Team 1 suffers the first casualty of the game and is now a 3v2 in Team 2's favor. So again, it is not very great, but again, early enough maybe that Team 1 can recover. It does depend on who gets what, when, why, how kind of thing. Of course, Team 1 is not super leading in Navy. Team 2 does have T2 online. And we do see that both the comms of Shame and Blazing Missile are retreating. Shame looking better than his teammate of Blazing Missile. He's in the red. There are some subs nearby. He needs to get across that body of water, whatever we're calling that, immediately and get out of range of those subs. So he is a dead man. In the west, fighting is going on between Dragon and Carl. Looks like Dragon's favoring a little bit more. He has gun. Carl has gun as well, but he has stealth. And Dragon does not, but he'll probably go for nano here shortly. So there is some toes in Navy in the southwest, not as deeply entrenched as the northeastern side. It looks like those toes might actually be uprooted for Team 2 here shortly. There is an attack inbound. A couple of destroyers online for Team 1. And with the additional eco and Blazing Missile being hit by some subs, will he make it to land? I don't know. Missile outbound from Team 2 going after some radar systems. There was a lot right there. So taking one out isn't going to make a difference. He needs to take out all of them, essentially. He does get back on land, but he is isolated. Either he gets killed in Navy or in the water, or he gets killed on land or by air or by sea, or by the everything. He is, for all intents and purposes, a dead man. And he might just take the kill or the death here. Here goes Blazing Missile. Some interceptors nearby. We'll save him very briefly. Maybe, possibly, maybe. No, he'll die to that Jester. And, of course, the eastern side, essentially Navy, has been locked out for Team 2. So it is not a good thing on that side of the map. Team 1 has brought it back to an even game at 2v2 at 14.5 minutes. We do see in the southwest, again, Dragon slowly inching his comfort. Call has stealth on board. I don't know how much that Dragon can see. He can't see anything of the comm. Needs to get some actual vision on board him. We do see that overcharge immediately, and Dragon is going to continue to push forward. There are some Ilshis in this mix and some T2 Rhinos in the mix for Carl. Carl just losing hit points like he's just on a diet program. Just, woof, man, that's thousands of hit points gone. Units engaging one another. Not looking good here for, I mean, either side in terms of number of units left, but it looks like Team 1's Carl might be pulling out ahead. There's a lot of purple left, not a lot of orange left, and there's a lot of things inbound. A couple more Ilshis, though, as well for Dragon Slayer, so that might be enough to save him. Dragon Slayer still targeting the combo of Carl, not going for the units. That might cost him. He is utterly surrounded. Does gain a rank of veterancy, though, which will keep him alive a little bit longer, but this is a lot of forces to deal with. He has some more Ilshis. Ilshis are just, I wouldn't say they're overpowered, but they are such a good T2 unit. I mean, if I was to pick any T2 unit of any army to have, and I could only build one of them, that would be it. Doesn't matter about parashields, doesn't matter about flak. No, Ilshis all day, every day, because they are just great. We do see that Dragon Slayer now being blitzed down by Carl's comm. Ilshis are inbound, and Carl's like, okay, I get it. We do see that Dragon Slayer is now getting some more momentum and some interceptors just to assist overboard that comm. He's at 3-star vet now. Carl is at 2-star vet. He is working his way to a 3rd, though. He's pretty close. Ilshis are inbound, and I don't know if he's getting away. If Dragon Slayer drops below 2,500, this will be a murder-suicide situation. More Rhinos inbound, though, but there's also some Loyalists, so that might be the call for Dragon Slayer to leave. Carl does drop into the red, back up into the yellow. More Ilshis inbound. It's just a back-and-forth game here, and lots of things going on over there. No one's going to die just yet. There happens a little bit some close calls, but nothing too close. In the East, Salem's have walked onto land and said, hey, we have legs. And no, they don't fly, but we do walk. In the East, though, those forces are just going to stack and hold the position for now. No air for Team 2 as of... Oh, nope, there it is. It's hiding there. Team 2's Dragon has gone for Team 3 air. Team 1, I would assume it'd be Stitch Blue player of Dilly Dally, but no. No T2 air at all? I don't know. That seems a little fishy. Not having T2 air at 17 minutes is almost mind-boggling to me, especially with Dilly Dally having control of the northeastern pond. I mean, yeah, he can keep building up naval units, fine, but he could invest into air and go that route. I mean, again, Salem's can walk on land, so they're kind of a pseudo-land unit. I get that, but they are slow, and on land, at least. So not the best in terms of rating. Yes, a lot of mexes have been taken on this eastern side of the map. That's great for Team 1. But not having air couldn't be not great. We do see Same Phoenix has a T2 naval facility online. A couple of Riptides for Dilly Dally just holding position. And T3 Navy upgrade has been started. Riptide's going to have some fun shooting at one another, but Team 2 is going to win that fight. There's just more for Team 2 than there is for Team 1, so don't really know why they were sitting there, but okay. Maybe we'll try to see another naval lock in the middle, but I don't really know as of right now. And still no T2 air. I mean, you have 4 T2 land facilities right here. No T2 air? Not even just one? Not even for Tort bombers or T1 bombers, easier spam or whatever? Nothing? It's very weird. Southeast, Team 1 Navy versus Team 1 Navy. Not really a lot of investment one way or the other. It's mainly been on land, which I don't blame him. Carl going for an upgrade, most likely Nano. I would bet dollars to donuts it's going to be Nano. There's no way it's going to be laser. And pause for dramatic effect. There it is. Yep. I was going to say it's going to be one or the other. Nano possibly started for Dragon Slayer. Finished roughly in the same period of time. We do see those T2 destroyers are inbound, and I don't think that headquarters is going to last much longer, unfortunately. I love the attempt, of course. Getting those Neptunes online would be very nice, but definitely over-ambitious by any means. Restore field or regen field has been started here for Dragon. Again, he has Nano. He's now under assault by a decent amount of Loyalists. Has a couple of Ilshi still, but it's T3 versus T2. As much as I like the Ilshi, again, it's a higher tech unit. Not Not great for the life expectancy there. And we do see that headquarters is somehow still alive. I have no idea how that's alive. It's over half dead. There's 5 destroyers, and there are some subs inbound. So that will finish it up. Team 1 launchers, they're going to try to help, but again, the destroyer is going to outrange those and not really have that be a problem. So that's the thing. Again, Navy is on lock. There's no really hopes of Team 2 getting a Navy on that northeastern side. And yeah, not great in the naval department here for Team 2, at least on the middle to northeast. Not great. T2 air? Anybody? No? What is going on with this game? It's starting to be a little bit weird. And we have the southeastern side here for Dragon going for air. Definitely makes sense. He's kind of far back. He's a little further back-ish. And he's on land as well, so he's on double duty. It's really kind of eating into how much he can build, but at least he's trying to at least provide air. We do see T3 land facility very far forward. Again, it's nice for the travel time, but it's not really great for keeping it alive, especially with some destroyers right here. We do see, of course, Team 1 has gained a little bit more ground in the middle, but it's not terribly that far over the middle point, the meridian, whatever you want to call it. And T3 air has been started for Dilly Dally, so he's finished T2. So that is good to finally see 21 minutes or whatever exact time it was. I don't even know what that was about. That was not what I thought it was. Where is that? Oh, here it is right here. Yep, okay. Gets that up very quickly. Yeah, I have no idea why it took him that long, but he could have been distracted on other things. Maybe he thought his teammate of Carl was going to go for air and then noticed that he didn't, so he's going to do it now. He is on dual base. He doesn't really need Navy that much, so he has a lot of eco to play with. He's currently sitting at, let me do the math, or see the math. He's at 246. Team 2 and Team 1, despite the loss in mexes on this eastern side, and more loss considering this Jester's running around, Team 2 is actually in the lead. I'm a little bit surprised by that. A couple of bricks on the front line going after some T2 artillery, and I think they'll stay there. Only a couple of clean cameras will not be enough to shove away those destroyers by any means. Shield is down, so that's not going to last much longer. South, we do see Dragon Slayer now going for is it Advanced Region or? It is Advanced Nano, so he's trying to protect himself a little bit more. I definitely would go for that one first, especially with a lot of T3 units starting to run around for Team 1's Carls, just in case he gets into a close engagement, or close encounters of the T3 kind. He can be a little bit more survivable. And T3 land headquarters for Shame, not great placement, like I said. And it's not going to live much longer. Blazing Missile says, start another headquarters. And in the east, he control Ks. He's like, no, I'm done. And we're going to call it there for him. Unfortunately, not a kill, but it is a departure. It is now Team 2, or we'll rename him to Team Orange, or Dragon Slayer Team, or Southern Team, or whatever you want to name it. Could have proposed recall. Yeah, that is possible, but the game does go on for another 45-ish minutes, so game's not over just yet. So sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and enjoy the show. Team 1 sitting at 2 players left, losing Catawanga. Team 2 just lost Shane Phoenix, and they lost Blazing Missile earlier. So it is a 2v1 in favor of Team 1. Mass income now has started to favor Team 1, with those mexes starting to be fully upgraded to T2, be ringed, and T3 mexes have been started as well. So that eco is just slowly favoring Team 1. But again, Dragon Slayer now has everything on Team 2 side of the map under his control. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. Bad thing for the APM, good thing for all of that mass in his coffers. So it is a gift and a curse. Got 99 problems, but something ain't one. I don't know. Looks like more facilities are being upgraded and canceled. I guess Dilly Dally's thinking he has enough T2 land facilities. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. We do see some sniper bots being deployed here for Dragon. He's the only one that has access to sniper bot tech. There's no Aeons, and Team 1 doesn't have a Seraphim. But he's the only one. He does not have access to monkeys, or crabs. Team 1 has access to that, so he's going to probably rely on his chickens. Yeah, chickens are very, very good. You got to get them close range when they die, but besides that, I think they are a good, well-around unit. Some AA, not great AA, some AA, though, so that's always a somewhat positive. I think every land experimental but the crab has AA. No, it's not the crab, the Colossus. Maybe the Colossus crab doesn't have it. Monkey has it, chicken has it, Fat Boy has it. The Colossus doesn't have it for sure. The crab might have it. I have to look at that now if the crab actually has some sort of AA weapon on board. Anyway, Team 2's land army is being pushed back, especially with the now assistance with some now land-based destroyers. Not healthy long-term here for Team 2 to have those slow-moving invaders running around. We also see some bricks inbound from the other side of the pond or the channel or the bay or the whatever. And we do see that Team 2 and Team 1 have not been knocked out of Southern Navy. But again, that's kind of it's there. It's nice to have, but it's not really doing anything. And again, sniper bots slowly whittling away the forces further back while the Ilshis deliver a huge amount of the firepower. And he's really relying on the Ilshis. Yes, he has some Authams. Yes, he has some T3 Parashields. Again, I'm calling them Parashields because I'm definitely not going to try to pronounce that name. That's what I'm going to call with them. If anybody has a way to pronounce it, let me know down in the comments. I would definitely appreciate it. If you don't, and you want to have me stick with Parashields, or at least the T3 Seraphim ones, just let me know down in the comments one way or the other. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And I think I did my little plug for my channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that. I think I did that. I can't remember half the time. Sometimes I can't remember what I said like 5 minutes ago. So if you haven't already done those things, please do them. If you don't want to do them, that's fine. At the minimum, I enjoy everybody watching my content, the videos. I really, really, really do. Of course, it's a little nice little dopamine hit. You know, the numbers go up kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it really does mean a lot that everybody, at least this many people, do care about this game and care about my videos and all of that. We have those Volters going after those Perseus. Perseus, again, they don't have AA on board, so not really great units to be walking around by themselves with gunships running around. It looks like T2 gunships are going to be the more main attack in the air from Team 2. Unfortunately, though, there are some cruisers nearby, and that will lock that down immediately. Needs to get a T3 UEF facility going for broadswords would probably be a better idea. He still has UEF tech somewhere in the engineer department. Oh, he has some UEF. He has all this up here, so he can definitely get those air facilities online sooner rather than later. But Team 1 is, again, starting to have nice little, how do I describe the phrase, outcropping. There's a battle in World War II, the Bulge. I think people kind of get the imagery there. They're starting to poke out in the middle of the map here, but we do see that Team 2 is countering it on land. There is some more buildup over here to the west, some shields, as well as some spamming of some bricks coming online. There's not a chicken yet in this mix. So that's raw T3, T2, and some T1s? No, it doesn't look like any T2 units or T1 units, but, you know, it's always nice to have some Zooey mixed in there once in a while. That force goes, no, kind of not the best idea there. And they start to retreat. Again, look at just the constant barrages. We have, you know, attacks over here in the east, attacks in the middle. We have a counterattack happening in the west. There's just everything's on fire. We even have a brick right down the middle that gets just squashed immediately. Is that destroyer that floated, crawled way too forward and is going to pay the price. Eco currently sitting at not great numbers. Team 1 almost 200 mass more than Team 2. And again, that's partly due to double the amount of players still alive for Team 1 and APM and all that stuff. It really does drag down, you know, the frustration, the exhaustion, all of that is kicking in for everybody, but specifically Dragon, because he is the last remaining player on Team 2. Sorry, I should say Team Dragon or Team Orange. It's no longer Team Red. It is Team Orange. Was that Griff? That's going to be Griff. Team Griff. It's a Team Griff here for this game. Chicken is, though, online. I didn't even notice that it was built, so Go me for paying attention. I have a couple of broadswords, speaking of which, online for Stitch Blue player of Dilly Dally, and some Percy's. So we do see T3 land tech deployed here for Dragon Slayer. It looks like the broadsword's actually going after the chicken. Honestly, I mean, I understand going after the chicken, I really do, but going after the Percy's, going after the Ilshis, it will leave the chicken alone and make it more vulnerable to land engagements with all these units around it. Again, it does 100% of damage at 1% health. So might as well just take out the weaker units. Essentially, it's the take out the ads and then take out the boss kind of thing. Yeah, you could focus on the boss, but a bunch of ads hitting you or shooting you or whatever, that damage adds up after a while versus the, 1-2 hits from the boss that do a lot of damage. Essentially, it's the sniper rifle versus machine gun argument. That's at least the comparison I give. More of the destroyers walking on land. Am I going to have to do a thumbnail with a bunch of destroyers walking on land? Maybe, maybe not. We'll just have to see how the match goes. Sometimes I have the thumbnail prepped beforehand. I just see something out of the corner of my eye as I'm just making sure the video runs properly. And I'm like, oh, that'd be a good thumbnail, and then clip that, and then forget what I clipped and then whatnot. But most of the time I have the cast, then I do the thumbnail just because I'm like, oh, that'd be good. Oh, that'd be good. Oh, that'd be good. And then I kind of make a decision after that. Chicken standing still. I mean, it could walk into the base a little bit further in, but there is a little bit of protection. I don't think it's actually getting that much, to be fair. But most of those T3 units have been dealt with. There are some more coming off the assembly lines immediately, but that chicken's only getting more veterancy. It does actually get another of those medals pinned to its chest plate, but I think, honestly, with the amount of spam coming out of Carl, it actually might be enough to kill the chicken off. I thought it would be enough for Team 2 to hold, but there's some... Nope, those get denied. Never mind. And it looks like the chicken is going to just full send it, possibly, maybe. If these were all Percy's or Autumns instead of Ilshis, this base would be gone almost immediately. But they are Ilshis, which, again, it's better than nothing. I will always concede there's something is always better than nothing. But look at how many mechs is that. Quad mech position in the east, quad mech position in the middle. Tons of mechs is taken offline, and it's now 300-plus mass difference in favor of Team 1. And we do see just a Congo line of engineers up there. Probably just upgrading mechs, I would assume. Experimental done for Carl, speaking of which. It is a monkey. It looks like Blazing Missile still trying to help his team from beyond the grave as the man in the chair, pointing things out, saying, hey, there's a thing there. Hey, there's a thing there. There's also another chicken. So Dragon Slayer pumped out a couple of chickens. This one, again, newly minted right off the assembly line, taking barely any damage. Oh, actually, no, 7,000 hit points is actually a decent amount. But still, one gunship is not going to stop it long term. It's going to need at least a lot more power to really deal enough of damage. And there's really nothing between the monkey and the rest of this. Second monkey is half done, so Carl is trying to spam that done. Another experimental done for Dragon. It's not that chicken. That's new. That's newer chicken. This is newest chicken. Monkey front says Blazing Missile. Well, if he can get the chicken in range of the monkey, that monkey is dead. And the monkey might actually just... Ooh, that was very close. The monkey will die, though. So while Carl did protect against the first monkey, there's a new monkey. Not new chicken. Old chicken. New chicken. I can't even count at this point. It's a chicken. ASF stacking up to protect it. Some T2 PD point defense trying to stop it. There's a couple of some spotting air grids over here. I love to see the decentralization of air grids. Granted, it's a little bit more expensive to do it that way. But the T3 air headquarters going down, definitely not going to help things here for Dilly Dally. Again, another monkey is online. The chicken has been wounded decently. And that fight will go to the monkey with the assisting air and ground forces and PD that are right behind it. And there goes the monkey's health. It might be enough. Yep, there it is. And the chicken might actually get the monkey kill, though. So it's just a 1v1 trade. The mass will go to Team 1, of course, which they'll definitely be appreciative of that. But they are losing some mexes over here. So Team 2 is fighting back in the eco department. There's tons of raiding been going down on this eastern side by a decent amount of Team 1 hunter spam. in those mech marines, labs, whatever else running around the map. Looks like Volthu's putting out fires as best they can. But again, to be fair, given the fact that it's been, 10 or so minutes since the death of, or departure of Shane Phoenix, Team 2's Dragon has really been keeping it in. Some players would just leave and just not even worry about the match and just call it a loss and go start another match. But he's going to stay with it for as long as he can. And that lead, of course, in Eco is starting to depreciate. It's down to actually below 200 mass income more. It's still more for Team 1, but it's dropping, which is the more important part. They're crushing it, keeping up, says Blaze Missile. Love the cheering from the stands going down here from Blazing Missile. Love to see that support from him. No more Percy, says Blazing Missile, talking about that T3 land headquarters that's literally right in front of him. And he goes, oh, yeah, that is right in front of me. Look at that. And then now that's dead. There are some Ravagers being built to the west trying to protect the other T3 air facilities. There is another T2 land facility over here, but I don't think that's going to upgrade the T3 anytime shortly. The chicken is going to stand there, try to go after the monkey. Some would argue taking out the air facilities would be better, but taking out the monkey, I think, might take a little bit more priority. We'll give him some veterancy, or at least it should. He's up to 3 stars now. I don't think that'll be enough to survive much longer. There's another monkey inbound, so no would be the answer to that question. But the chicken might just go full send it. I don't think he'll get close enough. Does hit the monkey, though, for a decent amount of damage. Another chicken running around. Man, Dragon is just pumping out those chickens. But again, every chicken that dies on Team 1's side of the map is another chicken wreck that goes into Team 1's coffers that they're putting into something else. And Blaze Mixel says, hey, your eco stopped scaling. Now they're producing a crab, going for more longer-term investment in experimental tech. Lines of PD being built to try to stop this incoming just nonsense of a chicken rush. 2 monkeys dead right here. Oh, the T3 P-Gen. Nope, does not go down, unfortunately. There's another land army. I don't see any chicken in that, but it's a lot of Percys, though, so love to see those. In the eastern side of things, Chicken has tried to push back the naval forces, but they're trying to stack up far enough away. And that Chicken is losing hit points pretty quickly, both from the artillery weapons, like the mainline weapons, as well as the torpedoes on board. And it's going to get there probably about half health. I think the Chicken investment is slowly starting to fade in terms of its effectiveness. T3 Navy has been started for Dilly Dally. Yeah, it'll be nice. I don't know if it'll be worth it. Because, yeah, you can get some battleships down here. Yeah, they have some range. Maybe you can squeak them into here. But I just don't know. Most of Dragon stuff is way back here, so it's pretty much out of range. Now we see a bunch of gunships stacked up, and they're going after all those destroyers. Yeah, there's a cruiser coming in. They could easily just one-tap that thing. And that chicken is almost dead on arrival, so very well defended in Navy here from Dewey Dally, trying to stop the chicken invasion. He sees that as a huge threat and goes, okay, no, count it. No, done with that. We're going to move on from that. Thank you. See you. Bye. And first crab is done. Is that a second crab? Or is that still the first crab? I think that's still the first crab. Eco, of course, being hoovered up, or reclaim being hoovered up. Currently sitting in the reclaim department is 151,000 mass. So lots of mass to scoop up. Mostly, of course, on land, but there is some in the Navy still to scoop up. But there's not that much. There's another crab done. Now, again, there is that point. Oh, that's a monkey. Never mind. I thought I was built another crab, so forget what I said. But there is a not good outcome soon to be on the horizon here for Team 2, in the sense that if Carl builds enough crabs, that's a lot of long-range firepower. Oh, I didn't even notice this. There's a chicken up here to the north that just wiped out a huge section of Dilly Dally's stuff. Completely missed that. Apologies. We see a monkey being built over here. That's where the first crab went. Maybe he built a crab. Maybe it got donated over to from Carl. I mean, he is. I guess they're both Cyberns, so that makes, never mind, that makes sense. Chicken could walk a little bit closer to the crab just to make sure it dies by eye. Okay, or I could just say it, and he could hear me through the ether, and then it is done. So good. I'd say actually really good timing there. The crab will gain enough veterancy, enough HP. Maybe it'll survive and get out of range. It is pretty slow though. And nope. So again, reclaim is on team 1 side of the map at the bare minimum. But at a bare maximum, team 2 kills off another experimental. So they've done very well. Almost a 1v1 trade, I think. Every chicken for at least a monkey or a crab. So with those numbers, it's not bad, but it is a lot of mass being donated. Maybe Telemazer says Blazing Missile, probably talking about maybe an upgrade for somebody. No, I mean, yeah, neither of those players are going Telemazer as of yet. 39-ish minutes almost on the clock. Team 2 in the lead for mass income at 570. So very low eco for this game. And it is all about tactics. And that is partly why I love this game so much, is you could be down in the trenches with no mass at your name, nothing in your pocket, but you're just your wits and whatever you got on hand. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And in some cases, you can just blast an entire section of somebody's base with one experimental, and it just makes a huge difference. And of course, having somebody in the back of your head being like, hey, do this. Hey, watch out for this. Hey, look over there. There's an opportunity here. Hey, go over here. You know, helping to take a little bit of the weight off of that exhaustion. I'd love to see that. T2 Naval Facility online. Don't know if it'll... no, it is producing some destroyers very slowly, but it is producing some destroyers. I don't know if it'll amount to a whole lot, but, you know, it's something. Team 1 is essentially moved into Team 2's northern section, northern beach. I don't even call it a beach. Northern section of the map. Lots of just gunships running around, taking out engineers, scooping up reclaim. Again, lots of reclaim to be had down here with all those dead Salem wrecks. Awasa Bomber has been almost completed for Team 2's Dragon. He is just full sending it with experimentals. He has 2 SMDs. Love to see that. One isn't loaded. One is almost loaded, so that should be enough. Oh, it also has one up here. He has 3. Wow, look at him. 3 SMDs, and that one is actually 2 loaded in the clip. Granted, I would like that one to be in the main base, but, you know, close enough. We'll love to see the backups and redundancy there. I don't see anybody on Team 1 going for Nuke yet, so we'll see if that ends up materializing. Chicken over here to the east. Monkey Lord will dodge the slow shot. Definitely the one that you want to dodge at all costs. But it is a 1-0 affair in the sense of Monkey not really firing back. That one actually barely dodged. I think it still got him regardless. Nice clean kill by that chicken. Gets a veterancy for it. Bomb here says Blazing Missile. Yo, yeah, that'd be a great target. SMD spam being loaded. Don't know why. I think Carl is a little bit afraid of some Nuke, which, again, it is rightly so. There are 2... Ooh, there are 2 crabs, 1 monkey about to go down. There's a lot of Percies. Lots of Percies and a lot of flak. If those flak were Cybran, they could be shooting at stuff on the ground. But, hey, at least they have the coverage from some gunships. And that 1 crab might actually just crush units at this point with its death. It'll probably take out maybe half. Ooh, it takes out almost a dozen Percies. Oof. Not going great here for Team 1's experimentals. Now they're getting a trade. 2 dead monkeys, 2 crabs for 1 chicken. Granted, again, like I've said, oh, rip out. What? I already got. Oh, I miss it. Where'd it go? Okay, let's find the reclaim. Let's find the reclaim. Where are you? Where did you go? No. Oh, no, that's the monkey. Where's the Awasa Bomber? Did it get killed over? Oh, I got killed over here. That's sad. It got killed by the remaining ASS from Team 1. That's unfortunate. He's building a second one, so it's not a huge... It's a loss, but Team 2 can scoop that up. I mean, he's right there, literally with engineers, so not a big worry there. But look at this. Look at this reclaim field. 100,000 reclaim for mentioned by Kanawanga. Yeah, that is definitely something. Engineers spamming up land facilities, most likely for more engineers. It is going to be reclaim central. Team 1, 283,000 reclaim. Scooped up. Team 2, 115, 116, and climbing. So a lot of these teams' eco are coming from not only, of course, the mexes, but of course the reclaim. And we do see Team 1 back in the lead. It possibly could have been power related at the moment that I was talking about it. Possibly, possibly not. It just depends. T3 air facility has been rebuilt, though, by Team 1. So he's getting more ASFs. I would assume more gunships at some point, but again, of course, they're worried about the Alpha Sub bomber. Had that bomber landed, it definitely would have hurt Carl. I mean, he's building another crab, and then it's just monkey, 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 and then crab, crab, crab. It's really trying to spam out those experimentals. Again, all of that mass going to that means it's not going for long-term things like nukes, artillery, game enders, a bunch of SACUs running around the map with those nano regen nonsense, 400 hit points a second thing. And again, more distraction, more spending mass. Again, Team 2 has Percy's, and if he stacks up enough, good luck with the experimental side of things. We have a chicken over here going after a ton of engineers trying to make ends meet, but they are going to get denied and sent back home packing. We do see, again, more excavation on the eastern side here for Team 1, just shoving Team 2 back. Better luck. Oh, better luck this time, right? Okay, here's the bomber. It's going to go for... Oh, don't just drop it there. Team 1's going to know about it. Okay, well, you take that out. It's not bad, but I don't think that's worth it. Doesn't even kill the headquarters. Literally like 100 hit points left. Not great. Bomber is inbound, though. Team 1's going to be prepping for it. Where are the ASFs? I don't really see many. There are some ASFs from Team 2 inbound. No escort. Not great, but, you know, the bomb will land, and it's going to land right on top of where they're building that monkey. That's a lot of dead build power. And that's a monkey that will be denied. Crab moving into this land army. Grand Land Army will actually get beat back. The engineers, of course, trying to hurry. Like, scoop, scoop, scoop. Go, 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 go. Bomb will drop a second time, killing off the rest of that build power. Bomber has taken a chunk of damage. ASF's now on its tail. And I don't think it's going to last much longer. That last turn's going to be enough. It's going to not really be great. It could have been better. It could have gone after the T3 land headquarters. Maybe try to go after I think the air grid definitely would have been a better target to go after. Knock out what can shoot at you, at least the main thing that can shoot at you, and then knock out everything else, essentially. So, it could have been better. The first one definitely was a disappointment, but it was already scooped up. So, that's the thing. Second one, better than the first one, but not by much. But a lovely attempt, of course. Building another one. Almost done with that. Going to build another one, and then more chickens. So, it's just an experimental warfare game. T1, what are you? Medusa running around. There's also some destroyers getting very close. The SMD under threat almost. T3 Mex is also under threat. That's not great. That's, well, it was 27 mass a second. Now it's 18. And it might actually drop to 0 in a couple of seconds. Yeah, almost. Will the destroyer die? No, and there goes the T3 Mex. Another bomber is built. Team 2 does have air control. Again, they could cement it by just blowing this up right here. There's not going to take much. A lot of Ravagers around here that knock out land defenses. You can move in with another land force. So there are some opportunities. There is a chicken already moving in to intercept and assist with the land force down here to the west. We do see another. Well, whoa. Oh, I see a Def Scathus in chat. We'll see what that's about. Here comes the bomber. It's like he heard me through the ether. And there goes the bomb. Kills off the T3 air headquarters. Does not save the bomber. But maybe. Maybe it's going to be enough. Maybe I'll get another bomb in. Ooh, 1,300 hit points. Gets another. Oh, it lands on the ASF or whatever was in the air. That's unfortunate. Would have landed on the T3 land headquarters for sure. Ooh. I mean, it's sad, but he did get the T3 air one. So that is a nice grab there. He said definite Scathus. Oh, did not mean to zoom out there. Apologies. No, that's just crab and SSU gating in. That's nothing too crazy. First time I've ever seen a chicken push back a crab like this. That's kind of weird, and I think Team 1's like, hey, no, we're not dealing with this. And the chicken is just going to go for it. And the chicken is going to go for it. There's another experimental inbound, though. And the crab's like, no, don't touch, no touchy, no. And the crab's like, no, then get back here. Nope. I think the chicken's going to get away, or the crab's going to get away. Unfortunate, but, you know, almost killed off the crab. That is something. What's the mass income? Not mass income. Mass reclaim situation. 190. So it's gone up a little bit more in terms of total mass on the field, but nothing too crazy. Team 1 still in the lead, about 250 or so more. 47 minutes on the clock. And again, as much as Team 2 has been behind in eco for pretty much the entire game, they've done a great job of securing a lot of territory. They've denied a lot of mexes for team. Again, and it has happened on the eastern side, not to discount Team 1 by any means, but the fact that Dragon Slayer is still kicking, of course, if Team 2 wins, obviously the MVP is going to go to him. I don't know who it's going to go if it goes to Team 1, but we'll see. I don't know what he was talking about with the Scathis conversation. Don't have any idea. No, that is a crab, not a Scathis. I could understand why there's that many experimentals there or engineers there, but no, that is definitely not what that is. We just see, again, another 4 stacking up here for Dragon Slayer in the east. We have some Percys running around, making sure there's no loiterers hanging out on this northeastern side. There is. Is that a crab? That is a crab. That's not great for Team 2. Dragon Slayer has kind of been, again, he's been distracted with the western front. The eastern front's kind of been just existing for him. Another Iowa sub-bomber is done. Well, the air grid is not great. And it's upgrading to T3 as we speak. It's actually done. Never mind. Oh, there's... Ooh, artillery has been started. I don't like the placement. This map isn't super big, so you could probably get away with putting it maybe with this empty space back here just to make sure it's protected. Because the main stuff for Dragon is in the middle. It's not in the corner. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a I don't want to travel that far with my engineers conversation. Which, again, that is a legitimate thing. It takes a while for a bunch of engineers to move somewhere, especially when they're booping one another. That's why hives are nice, and that's why drones are nice, but drones are slower, and they're mobile. Oh, I was a bomb drops. Where is it? Where'd it go? There's some... Oh, it went over here, and it went after the quantum gateway. So, no, it was not an Escathis, but they denied the quantum gateway. There are also some SACUs. This would actually be a nice grab. That's how much mass a second? 11, and there's about a dozen. So that's about 100 mass per second that Dilly Dally probably will just lose right here. Not great. Ooh, nice central placement there. It's going to probably spread. Chain reaction, nice. Grabs most of them. And they're going to go into the water, I would presume. Nice grab there. Kills off a decent chunk of mass. Gets some veterancy. Going to grab more mexes right here. That's 4 of them gone. Ooh, that's 100 mass plus a second. That's not great. Team 1 now up to 400,000 mass income. And Team 1 is still winning in the eco game, but not by much now. And Chicken just kind of running around the front line all by its lonesome. And looks like the T3 land headquarters might be targeted for Dilly Dally. Nope. Maybe not. Oh, no, it's really thinking about it. Oh, it's actually gonna... Okay, don't land it there. Not a good place. ASF literally blazing missiles like, hey, you got to move that thing. Okay, here comes the bomb. Goes out to the T3 land headquarters. I think that should kill it off. No, it does not. Literally 100 and something hit points remain. Ooh, not great. The second bomb will kill it, but it's not doing great. Oh, does it drop? Nope, doesn't drop. Okay, is there anything crazy going on over here? Chicken having some fun. Killed off a crab, it looks like. There's some Team 1 Medusa running around. That's not great. Bomber's still alive. Chicken died in a little bit of an air grid. Nice placement there. Bomber, yep, still alive. Going after another T3 mechs. Am I going to have back-to-back thumbnail videos of the Awasa Bomber? Am I going to really have that? Is that really going to happen right now? Ooh, drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. Drop the bomb. Aw, unfortunate. Hey, it goes to that reclaim field. That's just add it to the pile. Just why not? What is it, 140 something thousand now? Yeah, that Medusa now taken out. Lots of mechs died over here. Not great. But Team 2's eco is now higher than Team 1's in terms of totals. There is another crab over here. Chicken gonna die. But like I said, nothing really crazy. It looks like the T3 naval headquarters is alive, producing still destroyers and some Autumns running around, and it's not looking good. I mean, both teams are hurting in certain spots. They may try to still telesnipe. It is still possible. Again, it is a 2v1 affair. If Team 1 kills off Dragon Slayer, that's game. As much work as Dragon Slayer has done, as much work as Team 1 has done, it's 1 kill away. It is match point for Team 1. So for them, it might just be a, Kamehameha kind of play. We do see, nope, no one's gearing up for it. So I think they're going to win it. I wouldn't say the traditional way, but win it the more, I'm going to say normal way. I feel like Telemazer is normal. So just a way to win the game, I guess. And we do see, again, Dragon. At this point, again, he's dumped a lot of mass on Team 1's side of the map. I mean, that's really what's been keeping Team 1's eco propped up for a while. I mean, granted, he's done a lot of destruction. I mean, look at all the mechs he's dead back here. Just everything not doing great. T3 air headquarters knocked out for, what, second or third time? This Team 1 cannot get some sort of air presence. Granted, they did start kind of late in the air game to begin with, so that doesn't help. But at a bare minimum, it's not the best situation. I love how there's just one destroyer down here, just hanging out, having some fun. Nothing too crazy. If it dies, no big deal. It might take out a T3 Max. It might take out two, three T3 Maxes. Who knows? More Medusa running around. Also not great. I feel like just a line of T1 PD will solve that problem almost immediately. Just draw a line. Okay, cool. Those engineers are going to do that and deal with that. Looks like the force... Oh, wrong way. Forces are starting to pull back and kind of conglomerate. There's 1, 2 crabs. They are secure in the reclaim field, which no longer exists because they pretty much skipped it all up. Artillery it is started. It's halfway done. I mean, it could be the thing that wins Team 1 the game, but we'll see. Another Awasa bomber is coming online. There's been a lot of AA built around where that artillery placement is. So it might come down to build 2 or 3 of them like he's planning on doing and then call it, because one is not going to cut it. There's enough shielding to buff at least one of the drops. He's going to need at least... maybe even, one to come in. That should be enough. He's also upgrading the shields. Love to see that. You hardly see Cybern's upgrade, at least at the T3 tech. There's 2 chickens inbound going straight down the middle. Optim's providing a little bit of cover because they're running around. There's also 1 crab. So 2 chickens, 1 crab. 2 chickens are going to win that fight. Lots of units stacking up. Lots of Percy. Speaking of which, just constantly. Look at them all. Oh, it's beautiful. Love it. No, that one is now done. Again, don't send it in immediately. Maybe wait for the second one and then send both of them in. Crab over here. Gonna build some eggs. Probably not the best place to sit. And... oh, no. It looks like there is an AA weapon on board the crab. Okay, so literally the only thing that doesn't have AA in terms of land experimental is a Colossus. So there's that. Don't know why. Maybe because it has the suction arms, probably. Another experimental done for Dilly Dally. I would assume monkey or crab. I highly doubt they're building a bug. I highly doubt they're building a Scathis at this point. Huge air grid back here going to be started. More and more expansion in air power. 2 chickens going left. Says kind of one guy. Bomb has been dropped going after the crab. That's probably a good target to go after all by its lonesome just because it's out of the main blast zone. Yeah, there's some AA nearby, but not by much. The eastern side is pretty vulnerable. This will deal with the crab quite nicely. It's going to drop on the flak. It's nice to take out. I feel like the crab is more pressing. ASF inbound says blazing missile, essentially calling out for his teammates saying, hey, there's stuff going on. Those are just going to full... Nope, they're going to be called off. And that engagement will happen. Team 2 is going to win it. There's no offense or buts about that. There's no AA underneath for either team, but just based on raw numbers, it's UEF versus Seraphim ASF, so I think they stack it pretty well. I just know that the Sirens are the worst. So, why is that? No idea, but it just is. Oh, I thought that was a satellite running around, but no, that's just a air scout. Speaking of scout, Carl Megan Scott, Team 1 bomber spam, Team 1 bomber, Team 1 artillery spam for Dilly-dally, and the artillery is now launching. It don't know what it's hitting exactly. Looks like more shields are going to be built. Ooh, the P-Gen's getting hit. That's not great. Awasa Bomber, the second one is almost done, so it looks like he is going to stack up a couple of them. We did see that one. That is the one that he built earlier. Okay. 3 megas versus 2 chickens. Easy suicide, says Katawanga. Link up with Percy's before attacking with chickens, says Blazing Missiles. So there's a lot of conversations in chat between the dead players on Team 1 and Team 2 and their alive counterparts. They're saying, hey, this might be the final push, essentially. Again, if the SMD, this one goes down, that's not a big deal. Shields are being built to cover the rest of the P-Gens. Love to see that. Second Awasa Bomber is almost done. Nano repair started for Dilly Dally, so yeah, no one's going for Telemazer at this point. The other comm for Team 1 is over here. Yep, that's Nano. And gun, nothing else. Lots of T3 parashields, lots of Autumns and Percys. That is an experimental killer. 2 chickens are inbound, and yes, they are grouping up with the chickens. At this point, it might... Oh, it's hard to tell. Awasa Bomber going to land again on that group of... looks like engineers were building some AA there, but that gets denied. Where's that second bomber? Shield is... shield back online. So that is a thing. Bomb drops again. That crab is resilient. I will give it that. Chickens are inbound, but again, more importantly, the Percys and the Autumns are here. That's really what's going to just solidify this push for Team 2. 1 crab is down. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of, not ground damage, but crash damage. Yeah, crash damage from the dead crab. But the second crab is below 50%. Ion Storm will hit for at least a little bit of its HP. Second chicken is trying to go for the third crab. It might get there. Second crab is dead. And with that push is going to make it. Team 1 trying to build a bunch of T2 artillery, it looks like, as well as some more monkeys to try to help out. There's a lot of T3 land in that mix. Eastern side, monkey is inbound, so it could be just a race to the bottom at this point. The comm, of course, is going to be the target. So we'll keep an eye at Dragon Slayer's comm. That attack is... he needs... Oh, takes out a chunk of the air grid and some P-Gens. Dragon's got to get out of there sooner rather than later. Autumns are inbound. Gunships are inbound. The monkey, of course, is going to be the first target. But the land is inbound. There's a lot of stuff to get there. And it looks like the monkey trying to hold out as best as possible. There's a lot of engineers trying to build the second monkey. I don't think they'll build it in time. Autumn's targeting them, of course, trying to deny its construction. Air grid is down. Dragon Slayer just holding out right next to it. Bomb gonna land in the middle of that air grid. Wrecked. That's not great. GG. Amp difference is too much for me. Ooh, I can't stew this, says Carl. It's gonna be close. If you do a overcharge, it might be enough. Oh, don't land your bomb right next to them. But Dragon Slayer is gonna go down, I think. There he goes. Oh, yeah, actually, well played. Yeah, Team 2, Katawanga did a very good job. Look at this. They are in the base right now. Ooh, and I think, honestly, it just came down to that one final push. Yeah, maybe had both of the Awasas still been there. I don't know. But, yeah, definitely the northern side was the weaker side for Dragon Slayer to protect. He did such a good job on that western side. But, in this case, it does come down to the fact that he was still there. He was hanging out in his base. Team 1 attacked it, and that was game. Had he sat in one of the ponds, he probably... Oh, that's not the right way. He probably would have survived a little bit longer at least, but Team 1 wins the game. But again, I'm going to give a shout-out to at least Dragon Slayer. Did a very good job. Lasted a long time. And, again, had he won, he would have been MVP, but still gets a shout-out. And it was actually a shout-out from Catawanga on Team 1 as well. So, again, love to see that kind of camaraderie in this game, even if you're on opposite teams. MVP for Team 1, both of them, because they made it this long. I don't really know. The move by Dilly Dally to get the crab and the monkey on that side of the map and get the kill, yeah, that's great. I just don't know. I don't know. I feel like Team 1 could have used more nukes. I mean, they had plan Bs they could have built out of the T3 Naval Headquarters, and that would have been nice to see. There was some SMDs, but not too many. I don't know. It wasn't as much that I would have liked to have seen, especially with Team 1 leading the eco for a long time. But, you know, they won the game regardless, so what does that matter? Let me know down in the comments who you would pick for MVP. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And tomorrow's video is going to be with a mouse, and I'm very excited for it. And I'm never going to do a cast with an Xbox controller ever again. And I'll see all of you in the next one.